Hello there, my name is Retro Like to talk about animation, and today we're talking about Sonic Prime Season 2. Now, FYI, I'm a little sick, so this video could be a little short, or longer videos would take longer to come out because how I'm not feeling so well, just a FYI. But besides that, let's talk about Sonic Prime. Now, Season 2 was sort of surprised, especially what happened at the end that left it as a cliffhanger. Not just a cliffhanger, that nice portray Sonic that was sort of linger in season two, even season one. That was sort of doing his own thing, portraying Sonic, but Sonic just an optimist. He also kind of still believe Nine still sort of Tails, but different versions of him. That they believe, oh, everything will be fine, just trust Nine. And Shadow was also against the idea of trusting Nine because you don't know his intent. And you know what? Shadows are right. Nine portrayed Sonic, portrayed everybody because Nine is just sort of tired of being bullied, just tired of being not fitting in, and that is sort of interesting because that's a good motivation to someone who want to take a different universe nowadays. That was just interesting, especially all the crazy things that happen in the end, like they use the crystal charge to recharge and create new things, powering up old mechs, making more bigger, or even yet creating sort of a kaiju version of Eggman that could destroy the whole planet. That was sort of weird and random, and that was sort of kind of fun, kind of creative. Especially you have Charged Sonic became sort of Super Rainbow Sonic, I guess. I don't have no. I don't think he's Super Rainbow. More like glitched video game level Sonic, I guess. I don't know if I have an exact name or title of this sort of transformation, but it was sort of interesting, especially what happens in the fight scene, just so glorious and interesting to see what they actually did. Especially how Sonic sort of got tired of the rest of the cast of jumping universe to universe because every time Sonic tries to help, people are just like, "Oh, just great. Here we go again." Like every time you trying to help out, you make things worse. In a way, it's true because how optimistic Sonic is, who wants to help out. But I love it. You have hints and doubts of Sonic of doing certain things, like he knew he should go pick up the shards himself, challenge the Empire by himself, be more easier and more efficient, and yet he still hang around to actually save the rest of his friends. But they were not his friends, it's more like other versions of them, but he can't let it go. And that's sort of interesting to see him sort of not sure himself. Even that sort of hints that make it more interesting in Sonic. Like he's getting more wiser, but yet sort of not sure what he must done. But besides that, this season was surprisingly interesting. I mean, I still feel the series is a tad long. I don't think you need 8 episodes. I think decent 7 would do. But yet, you didn't have the great Kaiju Bell or the great Este Monkey the moment with Sonic becoming sort of Super Sonic or Super Video Game Sonic or whatever version you want to call that new type of version of evolution of Sonic. That was just sort of interesting and fun to see. And anything else was sort of surprising. Like there was a new meta version of Sonic that I think you got a small sneak peek a couple weeks ago to see what this Metal Sonic really was. Yeah, I love it. It's just sort of completely different than the different versions of it. It's just sort of more talkative. It's more like the original version of it, or at least the CD animation movie, if you know what I'm talking about. They're like a small animated movie of Sonic, just so well made and designed. The story wasn't great, but the animation was glorious. That they have that first time they show Metal Sonic in 2D animation. Yeah, it's kind of like that version that he can actually talk, but more personality. But it's completely different as Metal Sonic. It's a completely different model, but yet it's so entertaining to see how they brought this new version in this new world. But all of that is so many little things like Shadow, that you get more time with Shadow because people usually are iffy up with Shadow because he's a fan favorite, but yet they don't know how to well execute it because every time they bring him, they just made him sort of a edge lord. That Shadow is not an edge lord. He's sort of a like a Dark Prince, that he's dealing with things not yet fully understood, but he's just moving along when he must done now. Words. I think that's the best way to describe Shadow, and I feel they attempted to fuse the emo version and the broody version who's trying to deal with things and make him a new type of interesting character. And I feel it kind of works, especially how Shadow keep pointing out all the flaws of Sonic. Like, yeah, he's especially his right hand man who trying to explain the situation he really is in. You know, like that sort of first episode sort of conversation, understanding the situation. Like, yeah, you cannot stop hoping people will help out. You can't stop doing this. You need to do sort of things to be successful with this mission. Yeah, I thought that sort of fascinating, especially how Shadow wanted to take control of the mission himself and fix it himself, but he's not sort of fully charged with the crystals. That he sort of unfortunately can't do much. He had to basically be in the shadows, ironically with his own name, waiting his perfect time to attack and help out Sonic and his team. But yet, I found it sort of fascinating that Shadow calls a lot of BS of Sonic. Usually he does, but I feel this is like the first show fully went through it now. I mean, there have been other shows tempted to do that, but never fully committed. This one, it does. In the comic, it really do more often they should. But besides that, you get the idea that I do enjoy all the little twists, turns, like how Knuckles became the evil pirate, that he's there just for the shards, not Sonic, and he keep portraying over and over with Sonic, and Sonic doesn't want to pay attention or understand that he still believes everything will be good. Yeah, I felt that sort of interesting. I mean, I don't know if I have anything else to say. It just was a very fun, interesting cliffhanger. Hopefully they do have a season 3, we just don't know. But all the twists and turns and add-on was sort of surprisingly entertaining. Now, how you felt about season 2? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Tell me down below. Let me know. I got nothing else to say. Just thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.